Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quotes. I am back. Yeah, unfortunately, for 2 weeks, I haven't been able to record the Daily Quote. We've had a very full life. I mean, that's been good. We've been hosting some retreats and some conferences and guests, so it's just been very full. But I am grateful to get back to our routine here and get back to the Daily Quotes, and I do hope that you find them helpful. Let's go ahead and get to today's quote. Ultimately, if we want to affect others in healthy and meaningful ways, the most powerful method is to be a good example of the values that we hold dear. Our actions speak louder than our words. Well, I think all of us probably understand and have heard the idea that our actions speak louder than our words, that yeah, do as I say, not as I do is kind of a common refrain that I have heard in my life. But the power of a good example, I mean, for me personally, that's one of the greatest lessons in life is the power of a good example. I've had the opportunity now, I'm currently 41 years in recovery from addictions, and in that, well, 4 decades now. I've seen many good examples that have taught me how to live, that have given me hope, that have shined a light on an opportunity to live with some freedom, some joy, and the ability to actually be the good person I've always wanted to be. Now, I could read about it. I've heard about it my whole life. When I was struggling with addictions and with my insecurities, fears, and the traumas that come along with all that, I've heard the lessons. I've heard the message about being a good person, about being the kind of person that I would admire. I could read those books. I had aspirations. What I didn't have was uh, good role models in my life on a daily basis that were examples of those values and the capacity to overcome those afflictions. I had some good people in my life. I had some good role models, but I didn't have that connection of someone that had had my shared experience, that had overcome those struggles and had some joy. Yeah. And it was in the rooms of recovery that I got to see those good examples. So, on one level, there is that clarity in my life, but also what I found, regardless of addiction or any other types of mental and emotional struggles, what I have found teaching high school and in what some people would call a challenging environment, I would just call it an environment with different opportunities and struggles. I taught in North Long Beach on the border of Compton High School, and different socioeconomic issues, different struggles that students had to endure to find their way to school and find a way to engage in their education. That if I was a model of ethics and of values, if I met them at the door and let them know I see them, say their name, that changed the whole environment of a classroom. I didn't really have any classroom management issues in the years that I taught there. And I think that's because of the wisdom of my elders who taught before me and who taught me how to be a good role model. It just changes things, much more so than a lecture, much more so than trying to impose my will or advice upon someone. Yeah, advice is a funny thing. I rarely try to offer it. Here I am offering my experience instead of advice. It's not that we should be like this or should be like that. We just try to be an example and share what has been helpful for us if asked. And then I found that has a much greater impact than just sharing some advice. Hopefully, you find these daily quotes such an experience. And hopefully I can be an example of them. For everything that I record, it's very personal. It's really been the gift of others who have helped me learn how to live. And my motivation here is to share some of the things that have helped me, the aspiration that you might find them helpful, or at least some of them, in ways that are meaningful for you. So I hope you do.